happy to have you here so numerously. The problem with this place is that it's so huge that even if it's half full, it still looks as if there is nobody in the room. But I'm very happy that so many people are here. I think we have over 100. And I am very interested to know where you come from, because we've invited people from law enforcement, one of our special target groups. We invited people from the cybercrime centers of excellence in the other countries. We've invited academics, we've invited government authorities and people from industry. So I'm just curious to know where you come from. So the magistrates and police, who is from law enforcement? Ah, that's a good representation. Academics? Also. Private sector? I think most of them will be coming tomorrow. And governmental authorities, other than law enforcement? A few. Okay. Well, welcome to you all. I'm very happy to have you here. And I would like to thank all our sponsors, of course, to make this possible, and in particular the European Commission, who made sure that people could travel from all over the EU to be here. Just a few practical things. You all have your own Wi-Fi, you might have noticed it. You have your badge, but at the other side of the badge, you have your own private login code, which is only for you. So it gives you free Wi-Fi the whole Congress, all 3 days that you will be here. And the other side is your badge. As we already announced in our mails, there is a specific security measures have been taken for this Congress, because we have a lot of law enforcement here and high representatives from law enforcement. So you are required to wear your badge at all times. It doesn't look very sexy. Fox IT will love it. But so please do, if you don't have your badge, you won't get in. It applies also for the evening activities. So never leave your badge in your hotel room, because then you won't be able to come in. Another practical issue for those who traveled here and we paid their trip, please don't forget to give your boarding passes to us. The Commission requires them. And then some of the goodies. We are very proud to have our reports out. So we have our research reports. They look like this. They all look alike, but there's 3 different ones. There is a technical one, a criminological, and a research one. We don't have enough copies for everybody, so I would invite you to only take the ones that you're interested in. The PDFs are also available on our website, so you can always download them from there. And now I would like to have my slides, actually, but maybe some other thing then to save some time. Tonight we're all going out for dinner, and because of the huge success we had to book 2 restaurants, and we made a practical split. So there is a restaurant for those who like meat. The restaurant is called Ter Eiken, and we reserved most places there because they also foresee vegetarians. And then there is another restaurant with a bit less places where you will be able to eat fish. So according to your taste, you will need to join the hostess who will get you to the right restaurant. And before that, for those who want, there at 6 o'clock there is a guided tour through the city. So now I really am through my cards. Actually, my first slide is about preparedness. So I'll just do my presentation and you'll see the slides later, I hope. So when yesterday at midnight I was looking at my slides thinking, what am I going to say tomorrow? I was thinking about preparedness, because it's the theme of our conference actually. It's preparedness is the key to success. So the Congress tomorrow is about digital, about cybersecurity preparedness and about cyber forensic readiness. But today we are at the pre-Congress workshop where we will be presenting to you all the results of 4 years of work of the B-CCENTRE. The B-CCENTRE is the Belgian Cybercrime Center of Excellence for Training, Research and Education, and it was established in 2011 under a very lucky star because we had the support of a Minister of Justice at the time who asked the KU Leuven, it's the university where you're now, who asked the KU Leuven to help them to set up a consortium to present a project proposal to the European Commission. That was done, and then in 2011 we started the project in April for a period of 3 years and a half. It's a long period because other centers have been established in other member states, and I don't think any of them had a project for such a long duration. What were we supposed to do? We had a very, very heavy program for ourselves established. First of all, research, so technological, criminological, and legal research. Also there we differ a bit from the other countries because we really touch upon a broad scope. The research that we did is also clearly multidisciplinary because for a lot of research touches both upon psychological, sociological, legal, or technical aspects. For instance, new online investigation methods, there is a technical part of it, what is possible, what can we do, but then there is the legal part of what is allowed according to the existing laws in the country. So that was an interesting mix. Another interesting mix where we were working with is the people that were part of our team. So we had a consortium composed of representatives from academic institutions. Different universities of Belgium were involved. And then public authorities, including the key target audience, the law enforcement, the magistrates and the police dealing with cybercrime, but also the general police, governmental officials, and other people from public authorities. And then the third type of partner was the private sector. Companies like Microsoft and others, Fablefin, for instance, we worked very, very closely with the banks to establish research, to set up training, and to do awareness. Now, the mission of the B-CCENTRE was to be the Belgian coordination, collaboration, and knowledge-sharing platform in the fight against cybercrime. So we did that during 4 years, coordinating activities in a non-operational way between different actors and making people sit together, exchange experience, exchange expertise, and work together. One of the important things for working together was the establishment of trust. From the beginning, we had all the researchers sign a non-disclosure agreement so that the people from law enforcement would feel confident in exchanging information with the researchers. So the researchers are well aware of what are the limits, what they can share, and that the information that is passed on to them in the course of the cooperation with law enforcement should not go beyond the project and cannot be shared outside of the project. So the establishment of this trust relationship was very important. And I think that was also one of the big successes of our project. Now I don't see anything anymore. What else can I say? So what did we do exactly? I have very impressive statistics, which you will be able to download from our website. We did. If you look at research, I already mentioned the research reports. Please have a look at them. We did really a lot of research. Some was fundamental, some was applied, working together with our target audience. What was important for the applied research, and that was really innovative as well, is that for the researchers, they could have real-world validation of their research. When they go to conferences and they tell about it, it's really something innovative and something new, so that adds value to the research that we've been doing. And from the other side, from law enforcement, I think now and then it's interesting to have some academic opinion or assistance on certain topics that are really crucial for them. So that was research. Then there is training. What we did first, we looked at what was existing already in Belgium. There was already a few things. Each organization had their own type of training. But what we tried to do was looking at the gaps and filling out the gaps to cater for the specific needs of our target audience. For instance, we have, upon specific request of law enforcement, we have delivered an IP version 6 training. We have delivered a Macintosh forensic training. We have delivered some specific legal seminars and a criminological seminar on child predators. Now, all these elements that I'm mentioning will come back today, later in the program here. So the way it is set up is that today we will showcast some of the training that we have developed in the course of the last 3.5 years. You all have a small booklet, this small booklet, in which you find the program of today, and in which you also find the explanation of all of the different sessions. So the idea is that you split up and choose the theme that interests you most, and then there you can go into a more closed workshops with the trainers who will showcase what they developed during the past period, and they will explain how the modules were set up, and then we'll give you a taste of what the training was like. The idea, like looking at what the Commission had in mind with the establishment of the European Cybercrime Centers, is that every center actually would have their own speciality, and that we would avoid to do the same work twice, 3 times again. So if one center is very good in developing a module or a training in one topic, let's just share it with the other ones, and then we can save time. We can just put the effort in translating it, localizing the material, but that's it. We do not have to reinvent the wheel. Also, that's what I will be inviting you to do so today, is to listen to what we have a look at what the modules that we have, and see whether anything can be reused and shared. Then there is the third part of what we do, that's the education. In the course of the past 3 years, we have set up some new teaching. For instance, we have an LLM in intellectual property rights and ICT law. So it's a Manama, a master after master, where people can get training in ICT law, and there is also a specific course on cybercrime. Then in the master at law here at the KU Leuven, we have since 2013 established a course, Cybercrime and Crime Control in a Digitizing World. The professors who are teaching this are here present today, so if you're interested, you can always talk to them. It has a maximum of 55 students and basic legal training for students, but it means that from 2013 onwards, students that finish their degree here, that obtain their master's degree in law here in Leuven, can choose to have a background and a training on this topic. Then in the computer sciences and the technical departments, there is an increased offer in cyber and security courses, and also not only in Dutch, but also courses in English to reach out to a larger audience. The other training that we were supporting was the cybercrime training for police. It was already existing, established and run by the police, but through the new modules that we have developed, we have created new modules that can be taken up directly in the cybercrime training for the police. So in that sense, we also contributed to that. I'm mainly thinking about the IP version 6, but also the Macintosh forensic, I think, can be taken up there. Then we did a lot on the establishment of first responder training on cybercrime. There are different initiatives in Belgium on that. There's a pilot project in one province where they try to really do class training for everybody. It's a hard work, but I think they trained like thousands of people in the past years, and they want to continue this. What we are doing now is to, from the experience that we have and the material that is already available, try to develop an e-learning tool that can be easily made available to a larger audience. Also there, we're looking at the experience of the French Center of Excellence, who developed such a tool in the course of their project, and we're trying to put this together. There is a specific session on that later today. And then finally, the cybercrime training for magistrates. We have a specialized institute for training of magistrates. It's a partner of the B-CCENTRE. It's called Institute for Juridical Training, and they have set up a yearly 3-day course off-site. So people are away together in a hotel during 3 days, so they're not supposed to watch their mails, they're supposed to exchange experience, listen, take the courses, and learn about cybercrime. This training is one of the most important ones established during the past years. The training is partly given by magistrates with experience in the cybercrime. For instance, Frederik van Leeuw, who will be our federal prosecutor, who will be addressing this audience tomorrow. He's one of the teachers there, and he's a very experienced cybercrime magistrate. Yves van der Meer also, who is here, he's also teaching there. So it's a 3-day training allowing magistrates to really get a good base in the topic. And on top of it, it's become compulsory for all the new trainees. So all new magistrates have to take this course. Again, it's a way of ensuring that from the start off, people get the training on the topic. And IGO is also providing an advanced 1-day course on top of the 3-day training. So I had all these nice slides about the training. From this training, there is now more than 200 magistrates who received a certificate since 2011. It's a nice one. I also have one. I'm very proud about it. So, because it's a very interesting course, you learn a lot. Then, if you talk education, we have, as a Belgian Cybercrime Center of Excellence, we had long discussions about what do we understand by education. So we have training, research, and education are our 3 main pillars of activities. What do we understand behind education? Is it education like what I explained before, the teaching at the university, the training of magistrates, or is it awareness raising? We just interpreted it large, and we decided, okay, it's everything. Let's try to reach out to as many people as possible in a targeted way. So again, for awareness raising, what we did a lot of work in looking at what is existing already in Belgium. So we were taking stock of existing websites, awareness raising programs, initiatives from other partners like the Belgian CERT, for instance. They have a very good website giving advice on how to use safely the internet. You have Child Focus, who's focusing on children, the behavior of children on the internet, etc. There's different elements, and we've listed them on our website and tried to identify where we could be of added value. We invested really a lot of time in the development of a Belgian CyberSecurity guide. It's this thing. You might have seen them outside. Each of you can take one copy. They exist in English, Dutch and French, and it's included in your package. You can all take one in the language that you prefer. What is so great about this guide is that it was done as a teamwork. We worked together with the Federation of Enterprises in Belgium, which made sure that we are reaching out to a really large audience of enterprises. The idea is mainly to have it as a tool or an awareness-raising manual for management. So the board members of medium and small enterprises, because often they're completely not aware of the dangers of cybercrime, and when something comes in their hands regarding cybersecurity, they immediately think, okay, give it to the IT department. So no, that's what we want to take away, this reflex of security is IT. No, security should be should be part of the complete DNA of a company. So it should be completely covered by all employees, by all people involved, and every person has a role to play. So one weak chain makes the whole company weak. So that's the messages that we're trying to pass. We have made 10 guidelines, 10 principles that should be applied by a company, and 10 action points. This guide will be presented later this afternoon by Microsoft, representative from Microsoft, who was also part of the team that established this guide. So what else did we do? I have something else here. This is it's for children, as you can see. It's called I Respect. It's a campaign we did for primary school children, so children from aged 10 to 14. It has small movies where they put a child in a certain situation, and the child is confronted with a problem, and then they have to make choices. It's really a tool for teachers, because it explains, there is a guideline book for the teachers on how to do the discussion in the class, how can you discuss about a certain topic. When we launched this, we went into a school here in Leuven, and the teacher had chosen the small movie, because there is 10 situation movies, the one about passwords. So there is a whole discussion with the kids. How do you select the password? How can I remember the password? You should not pass on your password to somebody else, etc. So it was very interesting to see how, thanks to this material, how you can make the children think about it and make choices. Then for the rest, we always try to, when there was something going on, when there is, for instance, the Safer Internet Day in February, or the European Cybersecurity Month, to link ourselves to it and be part of it. So to reinforce existing initiatives and then to complement them where there is a gap. On our website, there is also, again, a long listing of everything that's existing in Belgium, or almost everything. I hope that we're almost complete. We organize a lot of events. I have a long listing on my slides, which you will be able to see later. Conferences for a large audience like this one, and tomorrow and the day after. So we had another one, the first ICSS was in September 2013, and we hope we will be able to do more next year. We had seminars for a more limited audience, like about 50 people, so that would mostly for the legal issues, because it was the exact amount to go into some discussions. And we contributed whenever something was organized and there was a need to set up, to provide a speaker, we would help people to identify the correct speakers. Yeah, I have very nice slides about how many people we trained. Here it says 682. And then we have 106 publications. We have 346 students trained. In our conferences, there were 940 persons present, and with the cybersecurity guide, we reached over 10,000 people. So we handed out more than 10,000 copies of this guide in all 3 languages. Digital media, our website is looked upon a lot. We have a Twitter account that we try to use as much as possible, and also to promote interesting topics. You can also tweet about what we do. It's hashtag B-CCENTRE, or for tomorrow, you can already start using it, hashtag ICSS 2015. Transnational cooperation. We worked a lot, like the other centers of excellence, to try to exchange information and to work together. Personally, I must admit that I think it could have been better, that we don't meet each other enough, and that when we see each other, the days pass very quickly. So now we have 3 days here together, so I hope that we can exchange a bit more, that we have some more time for that. And I also hope that the future possible financing that we will get from the Commission will be granted, so that we can continue exchanging information. At European level, I also want to mention the ECTEC group. It's a European Cybercrime Training and Education Group at Europol, which meets at Europol in the framework of the European Cybercrime Center. We have the president of ECTEC here, so if you have special questions for him, it's always welcome. But again, it's a forum where we can exchange experience with setting up a training for law enforcement regarding cybercrime. Then important is also looking at the future. During the time when we were implementing the B-CCENTRE project, we already wrote project proposals and started up new projects. One is ACDC, it's about fighting botnets in the EU. We have TrueBliss, it's a project financed from iMinds here in Flanders, where we work with the 4 major banks to increase the security measures that they have and establish a cybercrime maturity model. Then there is another one which is my favorite one. It's BCC, it's called. And the objective is to establish a model to measure cost and impact of cybercrime in Belgium. I think if we can reach that after 4 years, I will be very happy. And I hope that with that project, we will also be able to collaborate with other countries to try and collect comparable data across the EU member states to actually really know whether is cybercrime increasing or not, and what could be the reasons for it. You know, it's important to have numbers and to know how things are evolving to be able to establish a good policy to deal with it. So knowing what is going on is very important. There's still a big lack of information sources, I think, in every country. Data is compared among countries, but you never know. Maybe just one country is measuring better than the other, takes note better of incidents, has more, how do you call it, a habit of announcing, there are my slides, of announcing and declaring that cyber incidents have happened. So, okay, I think I'm almost done actually. Let's see, now this doesn't work anymore. No, I can't see my, okay. The B-CCENTRE challenges. Well, I think this is a big challenge apparently. When we were implementing the project, the essence of a project is that a project is limited in time, it has clear objective and clear deliverables to deliver. And once the period is over, the project is over, so it's done. The problem with the B-CCENTRE project is that one of the objectives it was supposed to achieve, yeah, does this work now? Yes. If you could exchange and I can. One of the objectives it was supposed to achieve was to become sustainable. So it's like a deliverable, but that a deliverable that lives on. I think we're still struggling with that one. All of the others deliverables we delivered, we did more than enough, we did more research than was planned, we provided more training, etc. I think we're well in order. The big challenge is the continuity of the B-CCENTRE. So one, yeah, it works. One of the essential parts, I think, there is a recognition by the Belgian decision-making authorities. We would like to find our place in the Belgian landscape, the Belgian cyber landscape. In the course of the 3 days here, you will get more a view on what Belgium is doing. Belgium has a cybersecurity strategy. It was accepted end of 2012, but that's it. It's a paper. I also had it to show, but I don't know. It's just a paper because there was no budget allocated to it. A year later, there was a decision to establish a cybersecurity center to coordinate the activities of the government in cyber. Great. I think we really need that. But then again, there was no budget. Nothing happened. We're now February 2015. We still don't have that center. We were really hoping from the B-CCENTRE, when that center would be there, that we could see how we could work together with them and provide an added value to the work that they will be doing and have like a support role, also provide research, etc. So we're still waiting. But on the other hand, we have taken initiatives to continue our work, and we have established something which is called the CyberSecurity Coalition, together with partners, again, from academics, private sector, and public sector. This has just started, and we'll have our first big activity at the end of this month. The CyberSecurity Coalition, I think I have a picture with this. That's the annoying thing with slides, and then you... Okay. The CyberSecurity Coalition has 3 main tracks. So awareness raising, meaning let's do awareness raising activities together with all the partners, so that you don't have like one of our main ISPs, Belgacom, has developed a lot of awareness raising materials since they were really heavily hacked in 2013. They want to share this material, and they want to make it available to other countries so that it can be used and reused. What they also would like to do is launch awareness-raising activities with all partners at the same time, so that we can reach out to the largest audience possible. And there is also an education track, or how do they call it? An exchange track, experience exchange track, so that all the partners involved in this coalition can exchange their expertise and see how they can work together. It provides a forum from which I'm sure we will be able to set up more and more projects and things that we can do together. And the last track from the coalition is the policy recommendation track, which is maybe the most important, because our policymakers can use some recommendations, I think. Looking into what we did with B-CCENTRE, I like this slide because it provides, we organized, our first big conference was organized in March 2012, and we had identified 10 action points. And I like to refer to these to see and to measure what we have achieved since then. So the first point was a cybersecurity strategy. So yes, it's there. I already mentioned what was the problem. Central coordinating body, again, same thing. There is the will to establish it, but where is it? Ratification of the Budapest Convention on Cybercrime. Yes, we have done that, finally. But also before the official ratification, we were already implementing the principles. Fine-tuning the existing legal framework. Yes, it's ongoing, and it's more than ever important with everything that has been happening the last weeks. I'm sure that the Department of Justice is really working hard on that. Training and research, yes, we're doing that, but there is a need for more. Public-private cooperation, yes. It's starting, and the coalition is good for that. Raising awareness, yes, we've started it, but there is need for more. The resources for cybercrime fighters, I think I'm not lying if I say we don't have enough. And in many, even the numbers are decreasing instead of increasing, and that's one of the big problems that our good experts are confronted with. Boosting information sharing, yes, but there is a need for more. And international cooperation, not enough, I would say. Yeah, I think here, after the 3.5 years, can we say that B-CCENTRE was a success? I think, well, I hope we can. I like to say so, of course, because I'm the manager of the project. I think we really made a difference. There was an impact. We have provided resources to coordinate efforts. We really launched this multidisciplinary cooperation and multidisciplinary approach. There is collaboration established with public bodies, other universities and companies, and this feeling of trust was established so that we feel okay in working together. And we have a lot of ideas on how to continue. This is to demonstrate how much we trust each other. So, I think I took more than enough time. This is the logo of the CyberSecurity Coalition. You will hear more about that also in the coming days. What is left for me is to introduce you the rest of today. Today really is meant to showcase what we did, but also to initiate a discussion with you and exchange experiences. We have set up a program. There is 3 tracks, legal, criminological, strategical, and technical. Because many countries are represented by 2 or 3 persons, our idea was that you would split up and go to the different groups so that you can take as much benefit as possible from everything that we're offering, and that you exchange then information amongst you. Important for us and for the European Commission is that you fill out the evaluation form at the end of the day. They will be distributed later. And we really want to take this occasion to do some networking, exchange experience, and get new ideas for future cooperation. The presentations will be available later on this URL on the B-CCENTRE website. And so this is the plan for the morning. The next sessions are split over 2 locations. In this room, we will have the introduction to the online child predators. It's quite some innovative research by our criminological professor and researchers done, where they use new methods to get to know the profiles better of online child predators. And at the same time, we have a session on physical attacks against security devices managed by the crypto group of the UCL. After the coffee break, we have what I already said earlier, the program that we're setting up for the first responders. Then there is here in this room a session on investigating online. So the law professors, the criminal law professor and researcher will be introducing like the best of the different sessions that they've organized in the course of the B-CCENTRE. And from the technical part, there will be an IP version 6 training. The legal part is here in this room, and the other ones are invited to choose their group and follow the people who will lead them to the rooms. I would suggest that we start now, and we have the coffee break at 11:15. So, and make the coffee break a bit shorter because we've lost a lot of time here. So, I think that's it. Any questions? No? So, If you're interested in the technical session, please follow the leader.